created column, no? So beam parallel to y directions. See here, y direction, and assign to selected beam, assign yes. So now property section also assigned it. So beam and property and support assigning is completed. Let's third assigning is loads and definitions, or else load assigning part is remaining. So we will start it. I will go to general, loads and definitions. I will click it and I will go to load case details and add it. And what I will select it? Primary, none. In these cases I will only click here. I will select dead. In these cases, structures having two types of loads, no? Dead load and live loads. First one is dead load, and add it, close it. Again I will go to load case details, add, and again live load. Okay, add, close it. So load case details, add and select dead, and again load case details, add, live, add and close. Okay, so I wrote it only, still I didn't assign the load on the structure. Okay, so I want to assign the loads, no? So I will go to the dead, add. So first part is self weight. Load is along a y direction. Don't change anything here. Add it, close it. So first one I will assign the self weight. Self weight I will click it. What I will do? I want a self weight whole structure, no? So I will select it, assign to view. Assign, yes. So before selection it is blue mark. Once I assign the load, so it indicates red mark. Okay. Next I will go to the dead load of the slab, dead load of the wall. I will mention wall load, parapet load and slab load in this dead load only. Okay. So I will go to the first dead load, add. First I am going to mention, see here, I am going to mention slab load, no? So slab load is first initially the width into thickness and density of a concrete is 3.125. If having any floor finishes, so it will come 3.625. Okay, so it comes as a floor load. Okay, what I selected for, I want a self weight of the load, no? So I will go to the floor load. So how much it is? 3.625. It is a downward, no? So I will go to the minus 3.625. See here. From here to here, I will assign the slab loads. So I will go to the, so only I am mentioning a Y ranges. Okay, see here. How I am mentioning? I want a Y height, no? So I will go to this node cursor and I will give a double click. Okay, if I give a double click on this node, so Y ranges is minimum 0. Okay, next I want a slab load from here to here. So I will give a double click on this node. It is Y ranges how much? 6.4. Okay, I will close it. See here. What I will do? Dead load of the load is like this. So see here, kilonewton per meter. It is a slab loads. Okay. Then I want a ranges. So I want these slab load onto the X and the Z beams. So I didn't changed anything. I changed only Y ranges. Okay, so I will add it, close it. See here there is no red mark because already floor load is mentioned the height. So it's showing the assigned load. Assigned load. I will click it. See here. Slab load is assigned to floor. It is self-weight. Self-weight red mark indicates self-weight. If I click to the floor load, that is the slab load. See here, blue mark indicates slab, dead load of the slab. And I want a wall load. Again I will go to the dead load. Add. Every time wall load, you have to select a member load, that is uniform force. So see here, how much having wall load? 13.34 kilonewton per meter. It is downwards, no? So minus 13.34. Okay, don't mention any distance because it is a UDL. And select GY, add it, close it. How I will select it? See here. See here, it is indicates a red mark. That indicates still this load is not assigned to beams. Okay, what I will do? I will select it. I will select this load, and I want a wall load, this floor and this floor only, not this floor. What I will do? I will going to select a view from X. See here, view from X. See here, I want a wall load to this and this pattern only. I want it this pattern because I want to put a load on the top floor. Only parapet wall I want to put onto the above slab. So only this and this floor having a wall loads. Okay, what I will do? See here, I will select, wait, I will select it. I will drag and select it. Okay, I will drag and select it. I will select first. I will select this line, and by using while selecting next floor, I will click the control button and I will click the next one. Okay, then I will bring it is isometric view. See here, I will click it. So only I want a wall load on this floor only, first ground floor and first floor. So already it is selected, and also I want a wall load, no? So I will go to the wall load and assign to selected beams. Assign, yes. So wall load is assigned to this floor and this floor. That blue marks indicates the load assigning corresponding the selected load. Okay, or else you have to write it is wall load. Okay, again I will go to the dead load, add. Right now I am going to analyze. I am going to assign the parapet. No, same procedure. Parapet also. Member parapet is, see here, parapet is 5 kilonewton per meter. It is downward minus 5. Okay, don't mention any distance because it is UDL. Direct go, add and close it. So see here, it is a red mark, so that indicates that still this load is not assigned to beams. So I will select it, and I want a parapet only top side and also edge side of the floor. So what I will do, I want to select, no? So I will go to the view from X section. Okay, so I will select it. So see here, selections. And what will happen? So I want a, So only this much I need, and also it is a outside parapet walls are having a edges of the beam or else edges of the this structure. So what I will do, I will give a right click. Okay, so new view, I will select a new view. Okay, so only what are selected, no, that portion comes. So this parapet load I want in edge side only, so I will select it. Okay, each by each I will select. I selected beam only outer side or else edge side of the beam, because parapets having a only edge sides. Okay, but while selecting, you please click the control button, then only selection, then only all beams are created, beams will be selected. Okay, then after selection I will go to the again, that is parapet load. So what red mark indicates, no, so that one. So I will select it by using a cursor left side button and assign to selected beams. Assign. Yes, see here, these loads are distributed on the edge side, that is parapet load. See here. Okay, so again I want a whole structure. No, what I will do, I will go to this one, display whole structure. So I got the whole structure. Okay, and dead load cases are finished, and I want a live load also, no, so I will go to live, add. Live load is also having a floor load, so I will go to floor. Okay, I will take live load 3 kilonewton per meter square. It is comes kitchens and also passage and also corridors as some constant values I took. See here. Live load already you saw this book, that is RCC Bhavikatti. In this book mentioned how much loads we want to take for assigning the load. So I will take 3 kilonewton per meter square for safer side. Okay, so load is acting along the y direction, so -3. Okay, I want, see here, it is a live load. Live load is occurring at the slab. Okay, in this case and in this case. Okay, what I will do, I want a high, I will mention the 3 kilonewton per meter square to all floor. Okay, for each span. So commonly I took it as 3 kilonewton per meter square. Down minus, it is indicates downward acting the load. Okay, so what I will do, I want only y ranges. So I want to apply this load, live load, to first ground floor and first floor only for slab. Okay, though, so what I will do, I want a distance, I want a node height, no, node point distance. So I will not change anything in x and z, only I will change in y range. So I will select the node cursor and I want to apply load on this height. So what I will do, I will give a double click on it. So what is a y range? 3.2. Minimum, it is minimum 3.2, and maximum from here to here I want to apply, no, from this slab and to this slab, to this slab and to this slab I want to apply a live load. So first one height is 3.2 and second height is y range is 6.4. Okay, then I will close it. So what I will do, I didn't change anything. I will keep this section global y, and only I created the loads and heights. I didn't change the x and z ranges because I want it all direction, no, it all panel. So I change only y directions. I will go to the add, close. Okay, so whenever I will mention a floor load, no, so if I mentioned height means it is assigned automatically. So see here, if I once click it, it not indicates a red mark because I mentioned a height, so it already assigned on the height of the floors. So if I selected this one, see here, loads is live load is applied to floats. So our loading calculation and also load assigning is finished. I want a loads in combination, that is I want my structure want to be safety. So what I will do, I will go to load case details, add it and define combination. In this case alpha 1 I will mention 1.5 times of safety factor. What I will do, I will give a double click. It means live load dead load into 1.5 and live load into 1.5. Add it, close it. So see here, live load case 1 is dead load, live load case 1 is a dead load case 2 is live load. Okay, our property and support and load assigning part is completed. What I will do right now, I am going to last part of the session. So that is this analyzing part. So what I will do, before going that analyzing, I want a active load in combination type. So what I will do, I will go to this combination type of active load and I will select combination load, and what I will do, I will click the commands, that is analysis, perform analysis. I select all, okay. Then I will go to analyze, run analyze. So give a save. So it's a loading means. See here, see our errors is 0, warnings is 0. Okay, what I analyze and also what I analyzing part, first one what I assigned load, support, property, those all are suits to that building, and also what I did analysis, no, those all methods are correct and everything is perfect. So it shows the errors and warnings. I analyzed one time, so there is no warning. If you want, you will go to the view output file. Done. So you will get the, see here, you will get the results. See here, total applied loads. In these cases, what you will get, see here, or everything you will get along a 16 joint. How much moments are having, this all will showing on the output. Okay, next our analyzing portion is completed. So I want, if anybody ask to you how to show the bending moment shear force diagram on this tight row, after analyzing only it comes. So what I will do, our session is our screen is in modeling. Okay, what I will do, after analyzing only, I will go to post processing. Okay, I will bring these three terms at left side by using of this one. I want a load of combinations, bending moment and shear force, no. So I will click it by using of cursor and I will select one single arrow. It comes at right side. Apply. Okay. Okay. See here. I will go to beam. I make it I make it big larger screen. Okay. So what I will do, this screen is showing only bending moment see here, bending Z, bending moments diagram. It's not showing the any values on the screen. What I will do, see here, I will go to the results, V value, beam results. Okay, in StatPro, every column and beams are indicated by the name of beams. Okay, I want a maximum only, because it's showing a clumsy, if I selected ends and midpoint, so I want a maximum only. So what I will do next, I selected maximum, annotate, okay, close it. So along if I applied a load along a y direction, so I will get the shear force along the y directions. Okay, in z directions I got the moment, bending moment, that is mz. See here, if I click mz means I got the only maximum value of the point. Okay, what I did, see here, in this first, second, third row, here having some options. So bending Z,